Hello everyone at Angel's World News. I'm with you, Lana. And today we have a special issue that concerns artificial intelligence for children. Today I would like to discuss this interesting topic with my colleague neurocreator Elena Soikova. Now she will tell more about herself and why the trend of artificial intelligence for children is becoming so popular. Hello Lena, nice to see you. Please tell us more about yourself.
Hi all. Good afternoon, Svetlana. Thank you for the invitation. As Svetlana already introduced me, my name is Elena Soikova. I am the owner of an AI digital marketing agency in Greece, in the city of Athens. Besides that, I am mother of 3 children, so the topic of children is very close to my heart. Why? Because my children are already relatively grown up and see what I do. They occasionally ask questions. What is this? Why is it like that? Oh, how did you do that? Oh, mom, I did my homework using GPT. Oh, mom, can you animate this picture for me, please? Eventually, the idea came up to create a course for children about what artificial intelligence actually is, how to interact with it, and how it can be used. And it needs to be used, at least in the case of children.
Lena, it's very interesting that you pointed out that children are doing their assignments using ChatGPT. I want to say that now every child, every adult notices that all questions can be solved just with ChatGPT. What do you think? Could this affect our knowledge, our education system if we only use ChatGPT?
I am categorically against using ChatGPT in the educational process as a cure-all. That is, to ask it something or to solve a problem through it, because the accuracy of its answers, especially in exact sciences like mathematics, physics, and programming, is about 50 to 60%. If it doesn't know something, its algorithms are programmed to provide a possible result, not necessarily the correct one, just a possible one. We need to understand what artificial intelligence actually is. It's a vast amount of databases and information collected from the internet, and only based on what someone has already done, whether correctly or incorrectly, does it generate a response to your query. It doesn't actually know whether its answer is correct. It searches for information about whether someone has ever raised this topic on the internet and what result they got. Whether that result is correct or not, there are absolutely no guarantees here, especially when children replace the entire learning process by simply asking GPT questions, getting an answer, copy pasting it, and that's it. They're done. In other words, the learning process is completely switched off. Why should I bother learning anything if I can just use this? That's it. And the subject is forgotten. Here, it's not always clearly explained why children need mathematics. That is, it's about the logical thinking, algorithms, things that will help in the future. Why do we even need physics? We ask ourselves, oh my God, why do I need solid state physics or anything like that? It's about understanding the world we live in, the planet we're on, and the rules that exist in nature beyond those invented by humans. There's no way around it. You need to know these things. As for programming, well, here things might get a bit more interesting. It's great that kids are getting into this, asking questions and getting programs as a result. Maybe they'll be more interested in understanding why errors occur and they'll start looking for answers. Perhaps we should set programming aside for a bit. As for everything else, completing assignments related to language learning, assignments are photographed sent to ChatGPT, and it gives an answer, but it often gives incorrect answers or just one of the possible answers. In reality, especially when it comes to German or English grammar, there are a million possible meanings. And each time you really have to think, look at the situation and choose the correct answer. I myself recently used ChatGPT to get answers for an English lesson. 50% of the answers were correct. 50%! That really surprised me because I was completely confident thinking, wow, it's trendy now to learn languages through ChatGPT.
Which version did you use for this test? The paid or the free one?
The paid one.
From my extensive experience, you constantly have to meticulously set the right and appropriate parameters within ChatGPT itself so that it doesn't make any significant mistakes. And all the younger kids, they often don't truly know how to properly set up effective ABC testing. This is because when we initially start giving a prompt, we specifically ask, give me a negative or a positive or a neutral answer, depending on the desired outcome. Just like they do now. For example, on Google, they give you a task like this and you train the language model for it. But where would kids get this knowledge from? Of course, it will give them the wrong answer and the child will believe it as if, well, yes, this is the ultimate truth.
But I've come to the conclusion that along with language literacy and financial literacy, we now need to teach digital literacy to children from the very beginning. I mean, it's not just that the world of the internet has long been open and kids are already using YouTube, various games, Minecraft, and whatever else. Now, there are already trends of using artificial intelligence on certain platforms. The same goes for YouTube. The same goes for Google. The same for TikTok. These are artificial intelligences that collect your data, analyze your preferences, and suggest content for you to watch. So you need to be careful with that as well. I always tell children to be very careful with any platforms that require you to enter your name, confirm your email, or provide your phone number. And when it comes to credit card data, especially when you hear phrases like you don't have to pay anything, just enter your information into the system. And maybe in the future, you'll want to switch to a paid version or something else. The answer here is an absolute no. This is something that needs to be explained to children. Digital literacy is essential here, not just for children, but for adults as well. This is about safety. I don't want to scare parents with artificial intelligence because it's a wonderful tool for a child's development in certain areas, especially when it comes to the arts. For example, the way I play with my younger son, he makes a little drawing. My child is 5 years old. He says, Mom, I want you to bring this little dog to life for me. I say, Timur, look, the dog doesn't really look like a dog. How about we try drawing it in a way that makes your dog more interesting? Let's add, say, some boots or something else. In other words, we start using our imagination about what could happen next. As adults, we take a photo of the drawing, upload it to ChatGPT, and ask it to create a 3D version of the drawing. Then, using the nearest free version of an AI video generator, we ask it to bring the drawing to life. The child is already interested in seeing the result of their work as a cartoon or some kind of animation. This motivates them to keep going. The same goes for math. You can create wonderful examples using AI generation through drawings. Here, the only limit is your imagination. And that's a huge advantage. It gives parents a chance to spend time with their children, not just glued to the computer or phone, but in a meaningful way. In other words, together you create, you learn, you develop, not just watch someone else play a game. For example, let's draw that same Minecraft character together, the one that's everywhere and super popular right now. Let's play the game together. Pause, take a screenshot, and think about how else we can bring it to life. In this case, you're actually participating in your child's life. Instead of just being a gadget he hides behind, and that's it. And it's convenient for you because your child isn't bothering you. You sit there, drink coffee, smoke, relax, or something like that. And your communication with your children ends at a very early stage.
Still, what is the right balance? Kids do love computers after all, and there's no getting away from them. And we can't completely take phones out of their hands either. So how do we find a healthy balance so that the child develops properly with technology, reduces time spent on gadgets, but at the same time we can still communicate with our children?
Well, first and foremost, it's about the parents' approach. Almost all platforms like Google, Microsoft, Edge, and nearly all browsers have parental controls. And you can find these settings simply by searching for them online. As for generative programs, which are also becoming interesting to children now, like GPT, there are parental controls for these as well. There are a number of platforms for children for drawing and creativity that already have basic parental controls built in. These allow parents to enable restrictions and limit the queries, responses, and content their child can access. The first example is YouTube Kids. But you still need to be careful with it because some content still manages to get through the verification process. There are videos where the host, especially those who play through gamesware, use obscene language and display a lot of acts of violence. So parental control is still necessary here. But at the same time, this can actually be a big advantage for both parents and children. It's an opportunity for interaction, communication, and learning. Let's return to the topic of parents, children, and the internet. This is a very relevant issue, and it's a question that is very difficult to answer. But at the same time, creators like myself, moms who care about their children's future, have come to the point where right now a course is being developed, and thank God, the first course on artificial intelligence for children is almost finished. There are two age groups, from 6 to 9 years old and from 9 to 13 years old. In other words, our basic group of kids who already know what a computer and a phone are, but at the same time, we try to teach them what artificial intelligence is, how they can interact with it, where they can interact with it, and how parents can coexist in the digital world together with their children. In this course, we have prepared a series of guides for parents so that they can set up platforms, phones, and internet settings to ensure the child is as safe as possible with the tools available today. I can't guarantee 100% safety, but we still need to make every effort. There is an idea that is already being brought to life and has started on the platform I created together with my colleague. This is Fun Business Space. At the moment, we have a page open on our main website where our heroine Fanny leads courses for children aged 6 to 13. We hold both online and offline events. Our fun camp Business Republic is coming up soon, and it will take place at Meteors. For the summer period, we are offering a 50% discount, not to advertise, but just for the kids. We have online courses available. They're interactive, financial literacy, business for girls. The courses are updated periodically once a month. There are a lot of different options. Here's an example of our camps, which we've held not only in Greece, but also in the Carpathians. Once a year, we consistently go on trips with the kids. Report on our spring activities in April. We were also in Meteora and fell in love with this place. The children are eagerly looking forward to going back. It's just magical. You have to be there to understand what it's like. There's also a brief description for parents about what soft skills are, what skills children gain from our courses and training. It's a little guide, not even a guide, more like an intro. So what is it really? Proactivity, independence, leadership, critical thinking, global thinking, understanding where they are, who they are, why they're here, how the learning process works, and game-based formats. It's fun. We have age groups. The groups are also divided in our Telegram channels. The kids communicate with each other, cooperate, and create children's startups. We've created a really serious movement here. Here is Alexander Chernyshev, my partner, the person responsible for financial literacy and soft skills, and an ambassador of the Ukrainian Physical Activity Guarantee Fund. A certified business coach conducts sessions with me, certified, by the way, by the EBRD. That's quite a rare qualification. Here you can find information about me as the technical director of the school, the author of the artificial intelligence courses, and the creator of all the visuals for our courses. You can read about that as well. One of our favorites and something we are proud of is the Mafia game, which takes place here in Greece. The game Life Capital, which teaches children what money is, how to save it, and what to do with it. We also organize quests. Now we're planning to somehow run quests online to try to make that happen. Our partners, which we're also very proud of, include the International Parliament, which is a platform that's Kyiv, Ukraine, and Java Tour. My company, Soikova Digital, together with Visit Meteora. We've become friends with a large, very prominent travel company here in Greece that helps us out. We also regularly hold free webinars for parents, where Alexandra talks about how to communicate with children and how to get them interested in learning. We teach parents how to properly educate their children. So it's not like it usually is, sit down, hurry up, otherwise you won't go outside. Or setting some limits, restrictions, or making threats. Here you could say the webinars for parents are conducted from a psychological and mentoring perspective. Now, if we move on to our courses, they're actually very interesting. Regarding your platform, I'm really surprised at how colorful and vibrant it is. And another great thing is that you can actually earn money on it. I really like this idea because not every school talks about this. And in life, not every adult will explain it. I think this will be very, very useful for many children. So now let's wrap up our discussion about artificial intelligence for children. What is your main message for parents, teachers, and AI enthusiasts? How can we properly and effectively communicate all of this to our children? First and foremost, we need to stop denying the existence of artificial intelligence altogether and do our best to adapt to the fact that it is already among us. From here on, it will only become more and more dominant. In order for us not to get lost in this world as people, as creators, as artists, poets, musicians, we need to use it as a tool for our development, as a tool for interaction between parents and children, for spending time together. That is not to just replace it with, here, take the phone, watch something, draw something, but to actually do all of this together. This is an opportunity, especially for introverted children, an opportunity especially for children from Ukraine, whether they are still living there or have left, who have closed themselves off for reasons we all know. Here we have a way to reach them. Through these platforms, we can develop together and learn because all of this is new both for us and for them. And not to shut ourselves off, but at the same time, we must not forget about the security of personal data, bank cards, personal information, access to the camera, access to everything. We need to explain to children how to do this properly. And this is what I want to teach on my platform: safety, creativity, and development. The idea is quite clear, quite effective. I think that many parents will hear about this and will eventually come to the platform and start developing their children. Your message really makes sense. It has its own philosophy because many parents now need to properly engage their child and properly involve them in artificial intelligence.
On the Angel Smart News channel, we share how technologies work and how they can be used for personal purposes. I often raise questions about where artificial intelligence or neural networks should or should not be applied. We will also leave a guide for you as a gift from Elena in the description below this video, where you can see the right way to protect your child from negative influences on the internet. This is a very important thing. I will also leave Elena's contact information in the description. That way you can get in touch with her. You can also visit her platform and try out the product, which allows children to earn money and exchange their earnings for gifts. Please, before we finish, tell our viewers anything you didn't have a chance to say during our discussion. I think many people have something to share, and I will leave all your contact information in the description below this video. Let people test it, let people learn, and involve children in the right direction.
Welcome to the new world, the world of technology, the world of artificial intelligence. Let's grow together. We would be very happy. And we welcome feedback from both parents and children. Maybe we're missing something or not fully understanding something. It would be wonderful to create such a community of parents and children and continue to develop together. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about myself and my platform. Wishing you the best of luck. This is a very informative channel. I always enjoyed watching it and use your comments and recommendations in my work. So let's join forces